your boy KQKC Boxing Channel. Good morning to everyone, and I just want to maybe go over a few things that a lot of viewers probably did not understand. And of course, I always gotta crank up my volume. I don't know why this thing always going down, but there you go. Alright. Now, Eddie Hearn, my favorite subject that been hitting the airwaves for the last umpteen months, trying to get this paid DAZN app off and running. Well, so far, only people been running is people that don't have a promoter, or they're not too good to have a promoter, and they are B and C and amateur fighters. So, all bullshit aside, let's get down to the meat and goddamn potatoes. We got Team Joshua, per Eddie Hearn, of course, says that the man right in front of you, Luis Ortiz, is too risky for Dylan White. That there's no value in fighting him. And that goes for Anthony Joshua too. Yes, it is a value in Dylan White. I'm sorry, Luis Ortiz. See, when the WBC tell Eddie Hearn to make the fight happen, first of all, that's value in that. And there's value in how he fought his butt off with Deontay Wilder. He only has one loss, and that was with Deontay Wilder. And that was a fan-friendly fight. Everyone was out their seats for that fight. That was the Bronze Bomber versus the boogeyman of the division. So, Eddie Hearn says that the WBC is stalling once again, but they're stalling Dylan White. But I say Eddie Hearn is stalling once again like he did Deontay Wilder. But now he's stalling Luis Ortiz. Why? Because this is quote unquote, as I just mentioned, he feels that Luis Ortiz is a very, very high risk for Dylan White and Anthony Joshua. And he holds no value. Now remember, when the WBC talks, everybody listens. That's the value right there. Not counting the great how he rocked Deontay Wilder. That's right. And where's Anthony Joshua in all this? Is he a champion? A real champion. A real champion that would go out, open his mouth, and say, I'll fight anybody, anytime. It doesn't matter about a belt or a governing sanctioned body. You name who the opponent is, I will fight him. Because, see, you have to understand, Anthony Joshua is not one of those elite champions. He is a champion that was made up by the UK. Now, I heard this from a very close associate in the UK. The UK, they choose, of course, with the media, who will be their fanboy, who will they uplift and make a star out of, even though they're not a star. But who will they pick? So they picked Deontay Wilder. Now, the source I heard this from was a 154-pounder that just mopped the floor with every UK fighter that comes along, because they was pumped up, knowing they didn't have the skills, knowing they didn't have the mindset, knowing they didn't have the jab. So therefore he railroaded and went through everybody. Yes, he did. So that's what Anthony Joshua is. He's pretty much, I'm not going to say a paper champion. He what you call a country champion. They pick and choose who they want to support, who they want to run for mayor, who they voted for to be successful. Even though they can't fight a lick, but to be successful. And when Klitschko knocked him down, you can hear all the breath leaving out of everybody in that stadium. And the 90,000 that he sells out, 90,000, okay, that's a bunch of bullshit, okay? As I mentioned in my other video, if a ticket costs $20 or $25 in the UK versus hundreds of dollars in America, and we ain't gonna talk about ringside, okay? Then, of course, he should sell 90,000 tickets. As I mentioned, me or my son can pay for 10 people to go watch the fight. Why? Because it's cheap. We can stand outside and sell 90,000 right away. But the Ticketron, or whatever they call it over there, they're a little bit wiser. Okay? Because if Eddie Hearn don't be careful, he would find himself in the clink. Yes, sir. He would find himself on ethics violations. So he better walk lightly. Now, moving on. Eddie Hearn says there's no value in fighting Ortiz. Yeah, we all remember he said that, right? Yes, it is a value in fighting Luis Ortiz with one loss. Same as Dylan White. There's a value in both fighters. Both fighters should get together. Especially Luis Ortiz. Yes, he took an L. But after that Wilder fight, his status jumped up. Why? Because he handled the bronze bomber. He rocked the bronze bomber. He didn't fall, because that's the type of athleticism that he has. He has a chin, so you know he didn't go down. So, to make a long story short, Deontay Wilder survived, and he won. It's just simple as that. You gotta see, when you're a champion, you gotta dig deep. Dig real, real deep. Maybe Anthony Joshua could talk to a former heavyweight or a former belt holder. He's supposed to be good friends with Floyd Mayweather, what I hear. And maybe he should ask Floyd on a serious note that what am I doing wrong? Because, see, a lot of people write Ortiz off. They wrote him off. Why? Because he has that Cuban background. And we know their style of ring generalship. They know how to move. And he is considered the boogeyman of the division. And I'm not just exaggerating. That is the fucking truth. He was considered the boogeyman of the division. And you know what? Nobody is involved but Deontay Wilder, a United States fighter, is a true champion. He want to go down with a legacy. I see that now. So, therefore, Deontay Wilder is just about writing his own ticket for success. And the reason why I brought up the $25 per ticket is because a UK person, I believe, said that, oh wow, he sold 80,000 tickets. Ooh. And we still 2 weeks out from the fight. So he'll be sold out by then. Well, normally he sold out pretty much, 3 weeks ago in other fights. But the UK is getting smarter by the day. Kudos to them. They know Team Joshua is full of shit. And now they are starting to see that. Yes. So, anyway, Eddie Hearn wants to get the best, but he can't get the best. Why? Because the best is already taken. The best is already on contract. And the people that do they self-promoting, like Earl Spence, which he'll never get, Mikey Garcia, which he might or might not get, or any other one. Even Darius, a friend of mine, he's a boxer. He's an up-and-coming boxer. A lot of guys in the gym do not want to spar him. He reminds me of an Anthony Yard. That's what he meant. And I also want to give a shout out to Boxing Eagle for breaking that news yesterday. So, Eddie Hearn going to weasel his way out. And when I mean weasel his way out, he's going to stop paying rent in his apartment, whatever he's staying in. So, therefore, he's on his way back where he belongs. So, anyway, I just want to move on. Now, as I mentioned, Ortiz is definitely respected by the fans just because of the Wilder fight. He wasn't totally out of it, but he did get rocked, and he wasn't able to make the count. So, Deontay Wilder is kicking butts. So, but anyway, on a different note, now this is a champion. that holds pretty much all the belts except the WBC belt, which is, in my opinion and others, the most important belt you can have. And that's a belt that has been that has been working. I'm sorry. But we have to put pressure on Team Joshua. You know how you just wake up and, you in and out or whatever, but, when it comes to boxing, I have my head on straight. That's right. Because I told you KC is going to tell it like it is. And you mean to tell me Luis Ortiz is not of no value and he just put on a great performance with Wilder? Oh no, you're not going to tell me that. No, you're not. Then you're going to, in other words, Povetkin has more value. First of all, he's only getting paid $10 million, and number two, he failed the drug test first with Severn, because Severn went over there. There's pictures of Severn over there. So he failed the drug test, so he had to come back. Then it was Deontay Wilder's turn to fight him. He tried to mask PEDs again. And guess what? He failed that again. So Deontay Wilder found out in mid-flight. So he got off at the nearest airport that's going back to the States. And he's going back with a waste of money and a waste of his goddamn time. So, therefore, I just want to reiterate to you what's going on with Mr. Hearn, Mr. Dylan White, and also Mr. Eddie Hearn. Now, there's a Joshua fighting with Povetkin, who failed all their drug tests, is worth more than my boy. Is something wrong with either Team Joshua or Eddie Hearn. Now, you're going to tell me that the MGM Grand or the Luxor or Caesar, all these are booked up on a Sunday? Well, we usually don't fight on Sunday except for the wild work with God now. So, but that's the truth. That's the honest God truth. This is quote unquote. As I mentioned once before, man, KQKC is gonna take it like it fucking is. And I'm sorry. I'm sure I would get the hate comments. But we try to keep it balanced and see where we're at. So, besides that, anyway, this is all I have. I was reading an article. I'm sorry for the pause. But I was reading an article about how Ortiz feel that they trying to stall him out for 2 years, which they are, because listen to Eddie Hearn. He took the road. Well, the WBC said, well, you got 2 years, then you can become the mandatory. Well, it really doesn't work that way, because there's always step aside money. It's a will, it's a way. Nobody, and the reason why he said, here we go again, deja vu, like a motherfucker. Well, they did Luis Ortiz like that once before. But it was a courageous young man that stands 6'7", 230 pounds, and say, well, you know what? I'll fight him. I will show you all that he's not the bookie man of the division like you thought. So that's that. So KQ, KC have to come with the facts. Sometimes you have to get serious, and sometimes it's fun to laugh at these dumbasses, And what trips me out with the interview with Blue Blood, Eddie Hearn knows how to answer questions, and he knows how to think before he answers. And he's very careful with his words. Why? Because he don't want it to come back and bite him in the ass. But you're gonna see, maybe the first night, and maybe the second, who knows? Just to see the level of opposition. I might come back with a flyer or something, saying, I'm talking about if I go to this fight in Chicago. I skipped that part, I'm sorry. If I go to this fight in Chicago, because Eddie Hearn had mentioned that they will be having a couple fights here in Chicago. Why Chicago, I really don't know. Just my hometown. There's no doubt about it. Adrian Granada, he's from here. He fights basically in West Garfield. If you're from Chicago, you know that. Fanon, you definitely know that. But there's a but in it. He's still the oddball out. And I'm going to see the zone. Yes, I will be doing it. So, therefore, wait. One more thing I've got to tell you. I or you all champion, because I still believe in the lineal champion. Eddie Hearn sounds like he doesn't, because he said the lineal champion doesn't mean shit. So therefore, he don't believe in that shit. But I guess if Tyson Fury was holding all his belts right now, then he would go and say, well, the lineal champ, that's not really no big deal. Yes, it is a big deal. So, but this might be a little bit overwhelming for some people, because it really is complicated, because I had to try to get a better understanding of this shit. And the WBC, they should come out. I know the Supermons, stay behind closed doors like Al Heyman, which is fine, because he don't have a reason to do an interview. He don't have a reason to discuss his personal business with his fighter. Just like a doctor has a doctor and client confidentiality clause. Well, the firearm people should do the same. So, therefore, Anthony Joshua told Gerald Miller has to show me more respect than he does. And my answer to that is, what the fuck he have to show you respect for? You don't even respect yourself as a champion. You back down everybody that can fight you. Don't think for a minute you fooling at least us boxing channel people that you are a good guy. No, you're not. And I can and I will make a basketball court upstairs where I live at. It's okay by city ordinance to do that. Where I live at, you cannot play in the streets as a kid. You cross the street, you can't play in the street. So, anyway, that's about it. And I'm going to finish my reading because I can't record and read at the same time. But that's just an update. Just a little update. I ain't going to say it's a little teaser, but it's just a little update to let you all know where Luis Ortiz stands. Now, I will say this. Luis Ortiz, stay busy, brother. That's all I can tell you. Matter of fact, I'm starting to be a fan of his. Not because Wilder beat him, but because no one wants to fight him. And Deontay Wilder took a page out of Floyd Mayweather playbook. And you know what? It worked. He had to fight with Ortiz. He almost had to fight with Wilder. So, Deontay Wilder, he has a choice to make also, just like Mikey Garcia. So, that alone would be a very, very good fight. It could be a double header. It could be a triple header. So, our boy, well, your boy, UK boy, that they made up, and they side, well, you be on the A side, and Anthony Yan be on the B side. Just put it that way. I'm just using it as an example. So basically, it's up to the boxing media and the public to rank these people, just like Golden Boy, and, you know. So, anyway, I'm not going to hold you. Like I say, I'm drinking my coffee, I'm trying to read, I'm trying to record, and everything is a little messy right now. But you know what? I guarantee you, I will be back later on today with another video, and it will be a great video. So, therefore, I'm KC Boxing Channel, and I really do need your subscription. And on the way out, please hit that notification bell, because you will get notified each and every time I upload a video. So, therefore, again, I'm KC Boxing Channel, and I'm going to see you when I see you. Peace and love.